थैंक यू अरुणा जी। जन सरोकार के सभी साथियों का बहुत आभार मुझे इस चर्चा में शामिल करने के लिए। मैं प्रयास ये करूंगा कि जो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दे पूरे परिदृश्य के लिए हैं, फॉर द लार्जर बैकड्रॉप टू अंडरस्टैंड द बजट, I will essentially focus on some of those issues so that the nitty-gritty of different sectoral concerns, etc., and also resource challenges and so on, how tackle these can be taken up in any case in the specific sessions which Aruna ji has already mentioned and announced. So with that, let me get going. As regards the first extremely important point, some of you may be aware of it, but I think this needs to be reiterated time and again, is that the last quinquennium before the pandemic and also then before this budget has been, in terms of every single economic indicator, the worst 5 years that we have ever had since independence. All the standard indicators that you consider important performers of our economic system, so to say, right? Now, from the point of view of people at large, what are the things that we should be looking at? Number one, employment and livelihoods. Now, as many of you would have discussed at different points in time, in terms of that, between 11-12 and 17-18 and 18-19, for both these years, we have information from official sources. And of course, I'll be using only official sources. We got into a situation, and this is before the pandemic, we got into a situation which was an extremely difficult one and highest unemployment in roughly 45 years. Right? Livelihoods had completely been messed up. If we look at, for instance, consumption in rural India, between, again, as per the government surveys, between 11-12 and 18-19, we find that in rural India, for the first time since independence, for a period of roughly 5-6 years, consumption goes down by approximately 9 percentage points. Every decile, every segment in rural India lost its consumption power because of decline in income, decline in purchasing power, etc. Right? Likewise, if you look at factors such as GDP growth rate and so on, again, very frequently cited macro indicator. Before the pandemic, for good 8 quarters, it had been coming down. And of course, in the pandemic, as all of us know, it has been a situation of recession. If you look at investment ratios, right, again, you find a situation which is worst in several decades. If you look at bank credit to economy at large, worst in almost 6 decades or so. If you look at exports, you find that it was flat for the last 5-6 years in real terms, in value terms. In short, every economic indicator that we associate with the health of the economy was in fact in ICU, and I'm using this phrase which was used by Arvind Subramaniam, who was the erstwhile chief economic advisor to the government of India, that the economy had reached ICU and so on. Reasons for this, we don't have time to get into it, but of course, demonetization, GST, a whole lot of policies which were unleashed, acts of omission, all these are very, very important, and hopefully some of these would be spelled out in your macroeconomic session. Right? So this is the context. That is the macroeconomic context before this budget and before the pandemic also was massively messed up. Right? which also tells you about the nature of larger policies that this government has been following, etc. Now, coming specifically to this budget and some of the things which we need to immediately raise as concerns. Now, basically, budget, as all of you know, has two sides. One is revenue, the other is expenditure and so on. Coming specifically to the revenue side, if you look at, again, the before pandemic, for 2 successive years, the resource estimates which were generated, right, sort of in the first, the revised estimates, okay, for the 2 years, the 2 years that I'm looking at is before the pandemic. And if you look at those, in 1 year, the shortfall was approximately 1,90,000 crores, right? In the next year, the shortfall was approximately 3 lakh crores, right? So the estimates have been going completely off the track of resource generation, and there's no reason why we should think of things being better this year, especially the backdrop of the pandemic, etc. So almost all numbers associated with revenue projections are on a very slippery terrain, and we have to sort of examine these very, very carefully. On the expenditure side, the government spokesperson, the best thing that they had to identify, almost each one of them, they were saying that the capital expenditure has been jacked up considerably. But if you look at within the year, and how would these really be spent, etc., there is, assuming that this expenditure figure, the proposed expenditure figure, is roughly correct, which I don't believe will be the case. But suppose you look at that, what is it that it's focusing on? Fundamentally, heavy-duty, capital-intensive infrastructure. Right? Many of these, of course, take a long time to be completed. The gestation period is typically long for these projects, etc. But assuming that all this can be achieved in 1 year, what is it they're trying to do? It's heavily loaded in favor of capital-intensive, large infrastructures, and that also tells you who are the actors who are driving this particular thing. On each one of these extremely important sector for people at large, rural economy, if all of you would have probably already figured this out, that something which is kind of a lifeline in rural India for substantial sections of the population, that is NREGA. There was a massive spike in demand because of the pandemic, and then accordingly resources had been scaled up to address those. Compared to that, we basically are back to, in the budget proposals, back to 18-19 figures. Right. So what was extremely important to address, it's really the most basic thing in terms of addressing livelihood concerns, that even though we have the evidence that, look, the situation is still pretty grim, and in terms of employment, livelihood, etc., we find that there is no addressing of it. Likewise, if you look at sectors like social sector, again, education, to my knowledge, for the first time since independence, there has been a decline in absolute terms in the budget for education, approximately by 6,000 crores or so. If you look at the other sort of, claim which was made by the government in terms of taking care of the health sector. Right? Now, strange things have been done there. This budget was praised for some aspects of its transparency. I'll not get into the details, etc. But this is something which is a most mystifying thing. What the budget did was to, in fact, also include the allocation made by the 15th Finance Commission towards the health sector for the next 5 years or so, and sort of cited this as part of this 137% increase. Likewise, what it did was to basically club a number of sectors associated with general well-being, health, etc., and then sort of included that in the figures which were put in public domain and so on. So I'm sure in the particular segments on health, all these would be clarified in great detail, but it was basically a jugglery. Right? So if we kind of look at all these things, it is supposed to be, as the finance minister said, the budget for the century. To my mind, I mean, one can't sort of really get into a lot of details about the past, but at least given the situation and the challenge that we are confronting, to my mind, it is the biggest disasters that we could think in terms of how to respond to this particular situation, this particular context, and so on. Now, in a sense, one was expecting these things. You see, my assessment of this government and what it does, etc., is one where it is very clear that any progressive orientation in fiscal policy is something that is not to be expected. But even when you expect it, actually comes as a shocker. The extent of denial, the extent of neglect, extent of blinkered kind of approach, very ostrich-like mindset, where we are not looking at, and this is the focus of Jan Sarokar campaign, almost 80% of citizens. That, to my mind, is an amazing thing, where the very basic, very, very critical kind of issues have simply been neglected. Now, for sake of time, maybe I should stop here, and if there are any specific queries, and if organizers want me to take that up in either 5 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever, I would be very happy to do so. Thank you.